Welcome back to A Minute with Chelsea. It is the Hobbit Hikers Day 2 in Iceland. It's technically our first official day. But I woke up and took a shower, and just know that most hotels in Iceland have a hairdryer. I brought one and it was pretty much unnecessary. I'm going to be making a video soon about every hotel I stayed in while I was here and what amenities each one offered and if they had a hairdryer, a washcloth, etc. because it might help you not overpack like I did. After I got ready for the day, I headed to breakfast, which every morning for breakfast, there's always like something fresh, some fruits, some vegetables, something for muesli or oatmeal, homemade bread, homemade butter, lots of different cereals and milks, and obviously coffee and juice. There are usually cold cuts and cheese and little bits of everything, kind of like a charcuterie board. I wouldn't say that many places I've been to have anything like scrambled eggs or hotel eggs, but they do almost always have boiled eggs and little egg cups. After breakfast, it was time to walk to the bus with all of our luggage, and on the way there, we ran into some swans, which were very cool. This is obviously not footage from my phone because my phone films vertically, but I did steal some footage out of the Photo Circle app. The Photo Circle app is free and it's amazing, and it's what you should be using for big group trips like this because you can always share things even without service. It's great. Every now and then you get an ad, but you just ignore it. Once we were all loaded on the bus, thanks to our guide Laudus, who put all of our stuff in a trailer because obviously we all had way too much stuff. I also broke out the 360-degree camera just to give it a try on the bus, and it looked just about as stupid as you expected it would. Today we are headed, and I'm going to butcher this, Thingvellir National Park. Also, Mara was knitting on the journey, and I thought that was really cute. Iceland is divided by the Mid-Atlantic Rift. So some parts of Iceland are on the North American tectonic plate, and then others are on the European Eurasian plate. And the reason people like coming to this national park is because it is the only place in the whole world where you can walk between both of those tectonic plates. Whenever we got there, we stopped inside the gift shop first just to see what they had. Also, it was super rainy, so we kind of dashed inside to get a little bit of a break from the rain. Fun fact, Thingvellir National Park is where Iceland's parliament was founded. So Thingvellir National Park is recognized as the place where Iceland kind of found its identity as a nation, all the way back into the 10th century. If you visit here, make sure you have on something that's waterproof because while it is super cool, the weather can change on a dime. Like, I'm not kidding, we got there and it was sunny, then it started to rain, then it stopped raining while we were there. The winds were crazy, then they stopped. You never know what it's gonna be like, so you just have to be prepared. I wore my snow boots almost everywhere we went because I was like, tennis shoes will be more comfortable, but I feel more secure in my snow boots, and you never want your feet to be wet or cold, and mine are waterproof. I will say that everywhere we went, I really felt like I didn't need my little ice micro spikes or my trekking poles because all of the paths had rock or gravel, and they all felt pretty safe. Even if they were slippery, they weren't that slippery. I'm a very clumsy person, and I did not feel like I needed my poles or my spikes. This place is about 45 minutes away from Reykjavik. Also, aren't these people so cute? These are middle-aged women, and I caught them doing this. I sent them the video. I literally yelled at them and was like, stop! And I was like, I need you to have this video for forever. And they were like, oh my god, shut up. They loved it so much. Once you walk all the way from the little gift shop / visitor center to the end, if you're lucky and you have a guide like we did, he dropped us off at the first part of the trailhead and then he picked us up at the bottom so we didn't have to walk back up, which was super nice of him. Gabby gave me an energy bar whenever we got on the bus, which was really nice of her because she made them homemade. She also gave them to me on the trail in Yosemite whenever I was like, I think I'm dying. She was like, oh, I made these, and they really did help so much. After we visited the national park, our guide Laudus took us to this milk dairy farm where they make homemade ice cream, which is called ís. And the cute thing is that whenever they smile for pictures in Iceland, they don't say cheese like we do in America. They say ís, which means ice cream. This is me trying licorice flavored ice cream, and I want to say, I hate licorice. It's my least favorite flavor in the world. I don't even like root beer because it tastes like licorice. And that ice cream was so good. I was so shocked. I still did not order it. This little kitty, who's a dairy farm kitty, he wants our ice cream so bad. We had to tell him no. I'm just going to say, if you ever go to Iceland and you don't like licorice, just try it because it does not taste like American licorice. It's much better. It's less intense, but it's I don't know how to explain it. It's just not as gross as the one in America. I went with strawberry because it was super fresh and it was delicious, and I couldn't say no. Also, there are farm puppies outside, and we thought they wanted our love. They did not. They wanted our ice cream because I was like, oh, baby head, and he was like, no. And as soon as I pretended like I was going to give him ice cream, I put it near him by a foot away from his head, not even teasing him, just I let my hand lower, he ran over to me and was like, oh, thank you. But then we found out that they had a ball. So they liked us again. Didn't matter about the ice cream. They wanted to play ball in the mud, and they loved that so much. And they obviously have been eating well because they are not little at all. Those are some big boys. But they were super sweet and I loved them. And everyone in our group is a big animal lover. You could just tell, like, when we see a puppy or a cat, we're all very, very excited. Then it was time to pack up and get back on the bus because all of us were like, hey, we need to eat real food now because we've had baby breakfast and we've had ice cream, but we want real food. So our guide Loudest took us to this restaurant. It had a chocolate fountain. He said you have to order a hot chocolate because it's the best hot chocolate in the world. But I couldn't because my tummy was already so full and sick of sweet stuff that I was like, I don't think I can handle a hot chocolate right now. But Gabby ordered one and so did Loudest, and I just smelled it. I didn't even try it, and it was so dark and so rich, and it smelled like, I don't know, it smelled like melted chocolate, not even like hot chocolate. I ordered langoustine soup, which is like a baby lobster. It's really a shrimp with long lobster arms. I really hate how they look. I kept Googling it to make sure. And then some people got pizza, and the pizza looked like the pizza from All Dogs Go to Heaven or from a Goofy movie. I don't know, it looked amazing. I also Gabby ordered a side of French fries for us to share, and then we also ordered some lamb dumplings to share because that's what Loudest ordered, and he said it was the best, and I'm gonna go ahead and trust him. I don't even eat lamb. In fact, I think I've eaten it one time in my whole life, but in Iceland, it's like a #1 traditional food, so I went ahead and tried it. It was so good. Amazing.